Hello everybody, I'm David Bird. Welcome to HalfSpin, where we talk about the sport of knife throwing. Today I want to talk to you about the AceJet spinner bowies. When it comes to spinner bowies, they're usually some of the most beautiful of the throwing knives. The knife makers that make these custom usually put a lot of detail into the spinner bowies particularly. They usually come with some type of scales, like these leather scales on these AceJet ones, and a lot of detail just goes into making these. I would say that this is one of AceJet's most beautiful knives. If you're wondering what a spinner bowie is just a bowie knife that has a little cutout for your finger so you can spin it. The spinning part has no function when it comes to actually throwing the knife. It is something that you can just fidget with, that you can do, and you probably think, well, that's a little silly, until you do it and you're like, that feels pretty cool. Spinner bowies are rotational knives, usually designed for full spin throwing. So you pinch them down at the scales and then you throw them full rotation. You can also throw them half spin just fine, but they're usually not for no spin. It's a little bit hard to throw a spinner bowie no spin, although if you are a no spin expert, you can throw anything no spin, but these are traditionally rotational knives. When it comes to the AceJet spinner bowie and I'm throwing full spin, I actually like to throw it backwards. I like to throw it so this point is hooking towards the target so it digs nicely into it when it hits. And so I will pinch the scales and I will throw it this way so that way the point digs into the target. The AceJet spinner bowies come in two sizes. You have the 13-inch and the 12-inch. When it comes to rotational knives like this, I'm pretty sure they were designed to be 13-inch and then they just made a slightly smaller version. The same thing goes with AceJet's other rotational knife, the Achilles. There's a 13-inch and a 12-inch version. My recommendation is get the 13-inch. These were designed to be 13 inches, unless you have a specific reason to want one slightly smaller. Maybe you are a smaller build person, maybe you have smaller hands, or that you have a very specific reason to want a smaller one, then go ahead and get the 12-inch. Otherwise, I would say for everybody, go ahead and order the 13-inch. That's how these knives are designed, and they will rotate better because they're a little bit longer. The durability of the tip on these is fantastic. I have had no problem with the tip on this. This has had impact after impact, and it still looks like a new knife. You might get problems with the scales. The scales sometimes will slap the target or something and tear or rip and eventually get beat up. But I think AceJet sells new scales, so you can order those. You can also order them in different colors if you wanted. And that's usually the case with throwing knives that has scales. Expect that you might have to replace them at some point. But the knife part of this knife is fantastically durable. It has taken impact after impact. I have fun throwing this knife rotational style, and whenever I bring it out, I always get compliments because of how good looking it is. So the spinner bowies at 13 inches are a little bit big for Remington, but let's see how he does. Hey Remington, how do you like the spinner bowies?
Pretty good.
It's been raining for like 2 weeks. I've been really trying to get out and throw some knives. I got some great new ones I want to test out, and finally it stopped raining today, so I rushed out and it's already starting to rain again. If you're looking for a large rotational knife, this AceJet spinner bowie is a good choice. It is a beautiful knife, well constructed, and it throws well. Let me know if you have any other questions about these beautiful spinner bowies from AceJet, and I will talk to you guys next time.